Welcome to Rain Nail Studio. Today's video is a nail chat. I haven't done one of these in a while, but it's pretty much just me talking about things that have been on my mind while I do a practice set. So today's practice set is a summertime extendo set. Just go ahead and keep on watching to see the finished look. Today's nail chat is just a story time. I'm just going to be sharing my salon experience with you all. But if you don't know about me, about my nail journey, I've always wanted to own a salon. I've always just wanted to provide quality, affordable nail care for all women. And doing nails for me, literally everything that I have aspired to do just falls right in my lap. Okay, so this salon experience, I thought it was a blessing from the Lord, child. No, it was a lesson, not a blessing. Okay, so I quit my job in March. I started renting out a nail space in November, and I felt like, okay, if I can quit my job, I have a professional space, I can really build my clientele if I give this up 100% of myself. So that's what I've been doing for the last few months. But because I have had a bit of downtime, I started to think about my future and my career and all of the things that I have set my heart on. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go work at a salon for a few weeks just to see what it's like, because I've only worked by myself and for myself for the last few months. And there's a particular nail salon that I drive by every day because it's right by my house. And I've always just been drawn to this particular space, even when it's just been vacant. So one night I drove past it, and that same night, the salon messaged me and they're like, beautiful work. I was like, oh, thank you. And she was asking if I was looking for a salon home. Of course, I let her know, like, no, not right now. I'll get back to you when my lease is up, once I figure out what I'm going to do to see if you guys are still hiring. And she offered to buy out my lease. So I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, it's the universe. I've manifested all of my goals and my dreams. Like, I was ecstatic. So I meet up with her just to, see her salon, see what the atmosphere is like. When I get there, there's no one there. There's no clients. It's just the two managers. So they're expressing to me that they don't do acrylic. They only do après and dip, regular manicures, promoting natural nail care. Y'all know how much I hate that statement because it's all the same. It's all chemicals. It's all the same process. But I was like, you know what? I'll just learn something new. Not a big deal. I'm only going to be doing this part-time. So yeah, let's do it. We agree upon a short-term contract, and I was like, okay, I just want to shadow you guys for one day before I start working because I need to know how you do après. I need to know, what your typical day is like. They agreed. Great. The day I'm supposed to shadow, I pull up to the salon. The door is locked. The lights are out. No one's there. So I text them. I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm here. You're not here. And they're like, hey, we're actually at our sister salon. And I'm like, okay. They send me the address. It's about 10 minutes away. I pull up. It's an entire spa. I mean, like hair salon, massage rooms, spa baths, estheticians. Like, it's a full-on spa. And of course, it's overwhelming for me because it's very high end. Like, it was a very fancy place. They had a bar, they provided food. It was a lot. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick it out, see it through, and see what this place has to offer and see what salon life is like. this day I was supposed to be shadowing. There wasn't a lot of shadowing going on because the lady that I told, like, I'm gonna shadow you because she's the one that does the après nails, she never did one client while I was there. So they were just asking me questions like, is there anything that you have a question about, anything that you're concerned about? And I just expressed to her, like, I'm just not very good with gel nails, so I would really like to learn how to do that. ABC, yada yada yada. So this chick goes and grabs some gel polish and a gel lamp. And I'm like, I know how to do gel polish. Like, I don't really know what y'all think about me, about where I am with my business, but I definitely know how to do gel polish. So there was a bit of miscommunication from the jump, but whatever. I leave that shadowing day, come back the day I'm supposed to be working, and it wasn't hectic yet, but the girl that I was following around because she was doing, services all day, she seemed very frazzled and just like jittery. So I'm like, okay, this chick is doing everything. She's doing hair, she's doing nails, she's getting her coin. That's cool, whatever. But we are supposed to be starting on a side-by-side pedicure because it was Mother's Day weekend. And when we're setting up for the pedicure, the nail tech carts are all messy, okay? No one had the same supplies. All the setup was different. Like, it was very overwhelming for me because I'm like, this is a salon. Like, we should all be supplied with the same things. We should all have the same things on our carts. I seen a cheese grater foot file on someone's cart and I was like, oh my God, oh no, like, huge gasp. I couldn't believe it. So anyway, I proceed to ask her, like, okay, what's your process for the pedicure? Because, this is a salon. Do you guys do it a certain way? And she was like, not really. You could just follow, a step or two behind me. And I was like, girl, I know how to do a pedicure. That's not what I was asking. I know how to do a pedicure. So I just did my own thing. But my implements that were in my disinfectant tray were rusted. So that put me behind a little bit because I had to go wash those. And I noticed that the barbicide was not diluted. It was just barbicide in this disinfectant tray. Okay. So we get to the pedicure. Then I have a client who wanted to get her nails done. She has seen my post on Instagram, so she thought she was able to get a full set of acrylic. They didn't tell her that they don't do acrylic when she booked her appointment. So she comes in, and I just so happened to have my acrylic supplies because I had a mobile client earlier that morning. And I went straight to the salon after that client. But they were trying to charge her an arm and a leg for an acrylic set. And I was like, we're not going to do that. So I just told her, girl, just get a soak off, get a gel manicure for today, and be done. She was like, okay, that's fine. So that was that day. It was interesting. But the next day took me out, child. After I never went back after the second day. So I arrive on my second and last day, and they have me down for a manicure, like a mommy and me manicure, which I was going to be doing side by side with another tech, so the mom and the daughter can get their nails done at the same time. Well, when I'm walking up to my nail station, the manager is talking the mother into a dip set, okay? And I was like, but you have me as a manicure, like, just thinking about the scheduling and the time frame, I'm not very good at dip. I can do dip, but it's not something that I can do quickly because I don't do it often. So she talks the woman into getting dip. It's running me behind, and I get run behind even more because the implement tray that I picked up was so rusted that the barbicide was literally red. I was in shock. I was showing the manager, like, is this how y'all do business? And she starts to explain to me how the disinfectant tray works. And I was like, okay, we can't be looking at the same thing because that's not what I'm asking you. I was like, well, I have one of these. I know how it works, but do you see these rusted implements? Like, so whatever. I start washing my stuff. There's an esthetician that, she's trying to be helpful, but I just let her know, like, no, I'm just trying to clean this up so I can get to my clients. She was like, oh, okay, just let me know if you need anything. I'm like, cool. So I get this dip set done. Of course, I'm running behind. I have a pedicure to do. That pedicure session was calm. I was working by myself. So, that client, she was satisfied with her services. My next and last client of the day was a soak off and gel pedi. But when I, walked up to her and greeted her, she had her nails just freshly done. Like, it doesn't even look like it had been a whole day before she came in here to get her nails done. So, I just asked her, like, so what are you looking for to get today? All that jazz. And she was like, well, I actually think I'm going to change my services to like a facial or something. And I was like, cool, because it just looked like too much to do. So whatever, she goes on, I clean up behind myself because at this point I'm like, I'm never coming back here. This is not the place for me. And that whole day I just felt so scatterbrained because I didn't know where anything was. When I would ask a question, they would seem a little bit irritated, but I'm like, well, damn, like y'all didn't really fill me in on anything. Y'all just asked me to come here and that was it. I told you I'm not bringing my supplies. I told you that I was just going to be letting you supply everything because of the contract that we agreed on. So as I'm leaving, getting ready to go, the manager's like, so do you have any questions? And I'm like, no, I don't think that I'm going to be returning after today. Like, I don't think that this is the place for me. I was not expecting to be at a full spa. You had messaged me from the nail salon, and it's just not really what I thought it was going to be. So she was really nice about it. I set up my direct deposit so I can get my money for those 2 days that I worked, and that was that. Well, the actual nail salon that is near my home is closed. They moved all of their nail stuff to the full spa. So that was that. It was definitely a learning experience. And I'm just going to take it as God telling me, like, I've already put something on your heart. Do that and don't focus on anything else. All right, I'm finishing up this nail look. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do that now. You can also follow me on Instagram at BeccaB_. Other than that, my name is Rebecca, and I hope to see you soon.